Have you ever experienced this moment? It is a wonderful evening, at a nephew's wedding, or a reunion party with old friends after many years apart. You are wearing a beautiful dress, and your makeup is absolutely gorgeous. Everything is perfect until you realize that the smile on your lips is becoming strained. After only an hour of standing and chatting, the reason is not because the conversation is dull, but because your feet are screaming inside those pointed high heels. The sharp pain in your big toe and the numbness spreading up your calf make you want to find a chair to sit down immediately. Or worse, take off your shoes right there in the middle of the crowd. When we cross the threshold of 50, our bodies undergo silent changes that we sometimes deliberately ignore, and our feet are the place that bears the most pressure from these changes. Choosing shoes at this age is no longer simply about chasing fashion trends in magazines, or buying a pair just because it looks sparkly on the display shelf. It is a story of listening to your body, respecting your aging skeletal structure, and finding a delicate balance between aesthetics and health. Today, we will not speak empty cliches about loving yourself. We will dive deep into the anatomy of the feet of women over 50, and specific ways to choose shoes that help you walk proudly without pain. Many of us women still keep the habit of buying shoes in the size we wore when we were young girls. You might firmly assert that you have worn a size 7 for the past 30 years, and there is no reason to change that. However, biological reality tells a completely different story, and this is the root cause of most foot pain that women over 50 endure. Over time, the ligaments and tendons in our feet begin to lose their natural elasticity and become looser. Under the influence of gravity and body weight over decades, the arches of the feet tend to collapse. When the arch lowers, the foot tends to lengthen and spread wider to the sides. This means that the size 7 shoes that fit snugly when you were 30 might now become a vice, crushing your toes. We often try to squeeze our feet into old shoes, or buy the old size, because psychologically we do not want to admit that our feet have gotten bigger. Wearing shoes that are too tight not only causes immediate pain, but also leads to permanent deformities, such as bunions, where the big toe turns inward, or hammertoes, where the toes curl downward, painful calluses on the heels, or the side of the little toe, or the skin's cry for help when constantly rubbed in a space that is too narrow. The emotional consequence of this is a loss of confidence when walking. You cannot stride gracefully and lightly, but instead walk gingerly and limp because of the pain. The practical solution here is that you need to get rid of the old shoe size number in your mind. Go get your feet professionally measured at a store in the late afternoon, because that is when your feet are most swollen after a day of activity. Do not hesitate to try shoes labeled wide fit if you feel the width of your foot is being constricted. Remember, shoe size is just a number printed on the sole that no one sees, but your confident gait and comfortable smile, or seen by everyone. Accepting to go up a size or choosing a wider form is not a downgrade of beauty, it is an upgrade of wisdom and self-understanding. When you slip your feet into a pair of shoes that are the correct actual size, you will feel like a heavy burden has been lifted, and every step will become much lighter. A common mistake that many middle-aged women make is thinking that completely flat shoes, or thin-soled ballet flats, are the safest and most comfortable choice. We often see these shoes sold everywhere at cheap prices, soft and easy to slip on, so we buy them in bulk for grocery runs, walks, or work. However, for women over 50, completely flat shoes with no structural support are actually the silent enemy of the Achilles tendon and the soles of the feet. As we age, the natural fat pad under the soles of our feet especially at the heel, gradually thins out. This fat layer acts as a natural shock absorber, protecting the foot bones from impact forces when moving. When this cushion wears down, and you wear a thin soled shoe right against the ground, every step you take is like stomping your bones directly onto hard concrete. The visible consequence is plantar fasciitis, causing stabbing pain in the heel every morning. When you first step out of bed, it feels like someone is sticking a needle into your heel. Furthermore, the lack of arch support in cheap flat shoes forces the foot muscles to overwork to maintain balance and arch structure, leading to foot fatigue and prolonged calf pain. Emotionally, these dull pains make you become lazy about moving, reluctant to walk far, and gradually narrow your living space. You will refuse invitations to walk in the park or travel simply because you fear your feet will protest. The solution here is to invest in shoes with good cushioning technology, often labeled as orthotic friendly. You do not have to wear clunky orthopedic shoes. Today, many fashion brands have integrated arch support insoles into very stylish designs. Look for shoes with a slightly thicker sole that has good bounce when you press it with your hand. And most importantly, the inner liner must have a raised area to support the arch of your foot. If you have favorite shoes, but the soles are too hard, buy removable orthotic insoles to place inside. This small change will make a huge difference, helping you walk all day without feeling like you are torturing your feet. When we were young, we could sacrifice comfort to wear stiff plastic shoes or shiny patent leather shoes with no stretch, just because they were beautiful and trendy. But when we turn 50, our skin becomes thinner, drier, and much more vulnerable. Shoes made from stiff synthetic materials that do not breathe will become stifling cages. They trap sweat and moisture, creating an environment for bacteria to grow, while rubbing and causing blisters. Furthermore, the feet of middle-aged women tend to swell at the end of the day due to poorer blood circulation or other health issues. A rigid shoe will not have the ability to stretch to adapt to this change in foot volume, leading to a suffocatingly tight feeling. In the late afternoon, the consequence is that you will feel irritable, uncomfortable, and just want to go home immediately to free your feet. This directly affects your mood and your ability to enjoy life. In social activities, the optimal solution is to give absolute priority to natural and soft materials. Real leather is the top choice because it has the ability to breathe, and more importantly, the ability to memorize the shape of your foot. After a period of use, a good pair of leather shoes will automatically stretch a little where your foot bones protrude, creating a feeling like they were custom made. Besides real leather, high-quality knit fabrics are also an excellent choice. For sneakers or loafers, this material hugs the foot like a soft sock, putting no pressure on calluses or deformed toe joints. When buying shoes, use your hand to feel the material inside. Check if there are any rough or hard seams that could rub against your skin. Remember that a good pair of shoes must cherish your feet from the very first wear, not force you to endure pain for a month to break them in. True luxury at this age comes from premium materials and the ultimate comfort they bring. High heels have always been a symbol of femininity and power. But for women over 50, the relationship with high heels needs to be redefined. Our ability to balance decreases with age, and the risk of falling is a serious issue that can lead to fractures or long-term injuries. High stilettos with a ground contact area the size of a small coin or an unnecessary risk. Trying to balance on those stilts puts enormous pressure on the knee joints and lumbar spine, areas that have naturally started to degenerate. However, this does not mean you have to completely give up height and only wear flat shoes. The problem lies in choosing the right type of heel. The consequence of stubbornly wearing stilettos that are too high is a wobbly gait and a hunched back to maintain the center of gravity, destroying the elegance you are trying to build. Moreover, the fear of falling is always present in your mind, making you unable to communicate confidently or move flexibly. The smart and fashionable solution for this age is to switch to block heels or wedges. These types of heels provide a much larger contact area with the ground, helping to distribute body weight more evenly and providing absolute stability. In every step, the ideal height should be between 1 to 2 inches. This is a height just enough to help the figure look more graceful and calves look slimmer, but still ensures safety for bones and joints. If you have to attend formal events, look for kitten heels, which are low and petite heels, just graceful enough without being too precarious. Try walking in the store on both hard floors and carpets to feel the stability of the heel. A pair of shoes that brings a sense of safety will help you hold your head high, straighten your back, and radiate the confident aura of a woman who is experienced and in control of her life. Many women over 50 fall into a psychological trap, thinking that comfortable shoes must be ugly and clunky. They look at bulky orthopedic shoes and feel depressed, thinking that they are too old to dress beautifully. Or conversely, they try to hold on to their youth with the trendiest shoes that are unsuitable for their age and health. The struggle between the desire to be beautiful and the need to be comfortable often leads to a shoe closet full of shoes, but none that are truly satisfying. The consequence is that you feel sloppy and old. In grandma shoes are ridiculous and in pain in young shoes. But the good news is that modern fashion has blurred this line. The athleisure trend, which is sports fashion combined with everyday wear, is on the throne, allowing us to combine sneakers with long skirts, trousers, or even blazers. A pair of refined white leather sneakers can make you look 10 years younger while still being extremely elegant. Loafers or Chelsea boots are also classic items that never go out of style and are extremely easy to coordinate. They bring an intellectual, strong, and modern look. The solution is to build your shoe wardrobe based on applicability and neutrality. Choose basic colors like black, brown, beige, nude, or burgundy. These colors easily combine with most outfits in your closet. Do not be afraid to experiment with wearing a flowing maxi dress with a pair of soft-soled sneakers. That is the style of freedom and liberation. Remember that style at 50 is not about flashy ostentation, but about sophistication in detail and comfort radiating from within. When you wear a pair of shoes that you feel are both soft and beautiful, you will naturally shine. Do not let age stereotypes limit your choices. You can absolutely be both stylish and comfortable, and that is the pinnacle of middle-aged fashion style. The journey to find the perfect pair of shoes after 50 is not just a simple shopping trip. It is a journey of learning to love and cherish your body in the deepest way. The feet that have carried you through the ups and downs of life and have borne the weight of so many responsibilities and worries now deserve to be cherished in the softest materials. Refusing a beautiful but painful pair of high heels to choose a soft-fitting pair of shoes is not a compromise or a surrender to old age. It is a conscious choice, full of wisdom and bravery. It is a declaration that your health and peace are more important than any judgmental looks from the outside. Let every step you take in these brilliant years be a step that is steady, confident, and full of the joy of living. If you found these shares useful and saw yourself in the stories I just told, please give this video a like. Share it with your sisters and close girlfriends so that we can walk beautifully and softly together on the road ahead. And do not forget to click the subscribe button right now so you do not miss the next intimate videos. Specifically for us women, thank you for listening and see you again.